first game that I want to talk about that we've seen so far this week in college basketball, it's on the women's side. I really enjoyed watching Cleveland State take on number 8 Iowa State. I know we talked about it during the Big 12 preview, how we think this could be the best season ever for Iowa State. That was easy to say when we saw it on paper. Now we finally get to see it here live, and we saw it against Cleveland State. Now, Cleveland State's going to be a good team. I think they're going to have a good time in the horizon, but they're nowhere near where Iowa State is right now. I mean, props to what Cleveland State's doing. Gabriella Smith has a motor. She was fantastic. She was definitely their best player, 16 points. But this Iowa State team is absolutely incredible. I know you picked them for your Final Four prediction for the women's team, and I don't blame you one bit after watching this game. The absolute dominant play from Ashley Jones is worth watching them play. Period. End of sentence. We could stop this video right now and say, watch Ashley Jones, because she plays for Iowa State and she's fantastic. That's it. That could literally sum it up. But there is so much more about this team that makes it exciting as well. First and foremost, though, let's finish and talk about this conversation about Ashley Jones. 28 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. And I don't really think that she was at her top of her game. I don't. I think that she's still warming up. She's going to find ways to be a little more consistent. I think that her release looked really good. But I think that we're going to easily see a lot of 30-point nights from Ashley Jones.
Yeah, and I think that they're going to try to manage not her minutes, but I think they want her to not give 110% every game, every quarter, because that's just her nature. She has a sneaky little nasty streak too. It's not, you really don't notice it unless you're watching the whole game. I mean, she's just tough-nosed, old school basketball. But I think it would be smart for her not to wear down, because she is in one of the more physical conferences in women's basketball. So by taking it easy early, getting her shots, getting her rhythm, I'm not saying just kind of sleepwalk her way through games, but just sort of, okay, I like my shot. I like how it goes. Yeah, I think I need to work on my distribution. I need to box out a little bit better, position myself, for the rebounds. She can work on those things in these games, but she's just special. I mean, Iowa, what a blessed state. Caitlin Clark at University of Iowa, Ashley Jones at Iowa State, and that's just the 2 stars. And really, you can go right there in their lineup, and you can find stars all the way through their lineup. I mean, it is a vertical lineup. I mean, it is a deep lineup for Utah State, for Iowa State, and I'm glad you picked this game, because she is fun to watch. So if you're checking in and just out of curiosity for the first time, make sure that you put Iowa State down. Say, look, I got to look for them.
Speaking of a vertical lineup, this lineup is more vertical than they've ever seen, and that's because of Stephanie Suarez. I mean, you add her into the mix, it just opens up Ashley Jones so much more. They have so much more control on the boards now. We saw her play 15 points and 14 rebounds in her debut for the Cyclones. Having both of them on the floor was such a mismatch, such a disadvantage for the other team. The Vikings had a really hard time stopping either one of them, but putting them together, it's going to cause some havoc, not only in non-conference play, but when they start digging deep into the Big 12. And I wouldn't be shocked to see those two really take off. There's a couple other players too. Don't get me wrong. Fritz was fantastic as well too. I think she was 1 point shy from a double-double. Both the other two teams, both the other two, Jones and Suarez, got a double-double. We were 1 point away for 3 players having double-doubles. They had some great plays off the bench as well. Iowa State is a team that I'm going to be putting on my watch list to make sure I don't miss a single game this year. I am very excited about this squad. They win 87-54. They win very easily in this matchup against Cleveland State. They take on Southern on Thursday at 7:30 on Eastern on ESPN Plus. Southern, another one who just had a tough time against another ranked opponent. They're going through the gauntlet to start the season. But Iowa State should be able to handle that one again. I'm interested to see if Ashley Jones takes off a little more, if her release stays the same, and if we can see her, flex a little more. She really only played the first 3 quarters. She didn't play the full minutes that I believe that she's going to be playing this season. So maybe we can see her open up a little more. But I'm looking forward to that game at 7:30 Eastern time.